I wanted to ask you a little bit about vlogging. You've been vlogging for a decade. Yeah, is that right? What got you into that?
Well, I mean, it's sort of selfish. One of my personal vices is my memory. I dated a girl in Vegas when I lived in Vegas, and I remember I forgot our anniversary. We were dating for over a year, and she was, she's like, "How do you forget this sort of date?" And I just say, "I have a problem. I just have real trouble holding on to information." So I started dictating my life and trying to make sure that I never did that again. I didn't want to make those. I don't like making people sad, or I don't want to, and also I don't want to lose these special moments. So especially when I moved to China, all of a sudden, all of these interesting things were happening that I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so unique from the life I led in America. I don't want to forget any of this stuff." So I started making little videos, and then those videos were just for me, but they started being watched by people as YouTube started to spread my videos around, and I started seeing this potential of videos. And then I also found that, I I moved to China as a trading company, so so I had like all of these, companies that I was dealing with, and it wasn't fulfilling, it wasn't making me happy, but the videos were. and I was teaching people about China, and people always have had these weird preconceived notions about that country, and I felt like I had an opportunity to kind of shed some light on some things that people didn't understand. And then the channel grew and grew and grew, and all of a sudden I remember making like my first $100, and then I'm like, holy cow, you can actually make money from this thing. And so the opportunity to say I was going to do trading less and video more, and then slowly the scales tipped, and then the trip availed itself, and then I started like planning to really travel around the world.
Can I ask about that $100? Like, how did this happen? Now, for people who want to do this, who are interested in traveling, not just in China, but like all over the place, and maybe, you got to have a way to finance your trips, to stay alive. So like, did it happen easily? Like, is there like tricks? No, not easy. Okay.
No, not
so you have to
easy
starve for like a year before?
Yeah. Beyond starve. I mean, you have to eat dirt.
It's a great diet opportunity.
Totally. Yeah. You have to have an alternative means of income until the one side tips, because, I'll get people all the time. It's similar to like that whole Einstein thing. Like you look at Einstein, you say he's the smartest guy in the world, but there was a time where he was dumb. There was a time where he did not know, and there was the artist that paints the amazing picture, the musician that plays the amazing. You're like, oh, that's a beautiful piece of music. But there was a time where he had to ding dong, ding dong, dong.
It takes decades,
and it takes time. The same thing with YouTube. I mean, there was a lot of videos, a lot of mistakes, a lot of learning along the way, and eventually things start to kind of coalesce. And if you can build an audience, you have an opportunity. And even the audience I have right now isn't really enough to survive here in the United States. It's enough to survive in Asia. Asia is pretty inexpensive if you know how to cut corners and live fairly frugally. But very rarely will you see a YouTuber that's going to be like living high on the hog, and those people are probably fake in many aspects. They'll turn the camera off and then sit on their
return
couch.
the sports car. Yeah, right. Thank you for letting me borrow this.
So that's the truth behind it.
Well, I don't know.
Well, it's not easy.
Not everybody, but it does. Yeah.